Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be looking at two very important sections. The first one is the control flow, which involves things like the if statements, the switch case statements, and loops. Or when representing those items in the flow chart, we use triangles to show that flow control. And then we will look at another part of this video that will be about Python's built-in functions and libraries. Okay, so let's go straight into it. So let's assume we have a variable uh, which of course is equal to 6, and another string variable which is equal to some random string. So what we intend to do here is to see how we can play around with this using some basic stuff. So first off, let's say we want to create an if statement. The very first thing you might have seen in our previous video, Python's if statement is created this way. Indentation is a very important thing in Python, so you must always indent your code. So if num is equal to 5, we want to print out some random stuff saying maybe this is 5. Okay, all right. So that is the simple way we can actually make an if statement. But what makes if statements much more interesting is that you can actually include other conditions, like using the elif to in fact add another condition. uh, and as you keep going, you can continue to add other conditions. At the end of everything, if you do like, you can include an else statement that the else statement is always going to run if no other condition is met. All right, so basically that's how our code will look like. So how do we create loops in Python? There are a lot of ways we can create loops. We have the do while approach, the while approach, and the for loop. But basically, as you read that up, you can always use the for loop. It's very simple and modern. We can do something like for I in the range of num, and we can automatically fire from here. Yeah, so let's we can always use the range. It's very important. Okay, so let's run all of this together. So you can see here, what we have is 0 to 4. The range here would return a set of values below the specified integer. That's to say 5 itself is not inclusive. So that will be 0 to 4. So if we do increase this to 10, it will now be 0 to 9. Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's a simple way we can do that. We can also use the while. If num is greater than 0, of course, or we can continue to print something. Mm. this becomes a lot more interesting because some people make this error and they get an infinite loop. Okay, so what do I mean by infinite loop? I think the best explanation is just for you to see it. This is an infinite loop. My system gets hooked continuously printing this stuff, and as you can see, I'm scrolling and it looks like I'm not scrolling. um, so this is really bad. You don't want to do that. So to avoid that, you need to also adjust the state of norm so that norm will be equal to uh, norm minus 1 in this case. So if we do that, we're going to just have five printouts. So that's to say the code inside this while loop is run just 5 times. Yeah. Alright, I think that's a simple explanation to what we intend or what the control flow of things is. One other thing I would like to share before I stop this video are the built-in libraries. Python comes with some very powerful set of built-in libraries. The first one is the math library. You can use this for basic mathematical operations like finding the square root, the cube root, and so on. We also have a very interesting one called the random library. The random library is very important. As you can see the use case here, you can use to get random numbers, from random integers to getting random floats to even selecting stuffs at random from a list. You can use the random library. We also have the date and time library. This is a very important library as it helps you get the precise time. It also helps you get minutes, seconds, and a lot of things around time. Another very powerful one is the OS library. This works with the operating system. If it's Linux, if it's Windows, helps you get the working directories, the paths to different things, and it helps you easily manipulate and move around areas in your PC. Yeah, so this is very synonymous to the OS library. In this case, you can see how I've used it here to get the version of Python running on this particular system. Here I use the OS module to get the working directory, the current directory of where this code is being run. And last but not least, the JSON library. This is very important as you advance, especially when you begin to build APIs and when you begin to do stuff around data sets and data science. It's a very important one. I use it here. You can see I created a kind of dictionary, change it into a JSON, and then in this particular state you can move it across servers, you can send it to your DB, you can print it out, you can do a lot of things, and it makes the work much more easier, using JSON to present data. So with this video, I hope you understand some basic stuff and you understand some of the built-in Python libraries that you can use day to day. Now these built-in Python libraries, they don't need to be installed. That's why they are called the built-in Python libraries. You don't need to pip install them like some other libraries like the pandas library or the numpy, or these ones are shipped automatically with Python. So the moment you install Python, you have access to all of these libraries and you can use them to manipulate different things and play around with your OS. So I'd like you to test them out, do different projects around this, and give me feedback. uh, till we meet again, I think we are done for today. Have a nice day.